What's up, y'all? We are live tonight, and we got a report card midterm to do. First, we got Ashley with me from Mississippi. What's going on?
Not much. It's starting to get hot and humid down here. Humid.
Oh, ready to rub it in with our little 40-degree temperature we do it up here.
Oh, I'm going to be up there in like 2 weeks, so hopefully I'll bring up some warm weather.
I'm bringing up too much warm weather because Mississippi be hot. It be hot.
Don't hate. Don't hate.
It be hot down in Mississippi. Oh my God, Jesus! No, but today we doing Biden administration evaluation. They got elected and they've been in here since 2020. Um, what do you think about this administration? It's pretty good, right? The Biden administration.
That's fantastic.
They've been such a good
Oh,
job.
I'm sorry. Hold on. Let me change. It is fantastical.
Fantastic. Hey, so I was out on vacation, right? And check who I ran into. I ran into Joe Biden himself. And I'm gonna I ran into Joe Biden, y'all. Hold on. Let me show you what happened. I ran into Joe Biden. It looked like he had a little 80s thing going on. So
Oh, okay.
check it out.
Bernie, baby, movie, get off your asses. Party time. Should have been out there sailing with us today, Bernie.
I ran into Joe Biden, y'all.
Can't even understand the word he's saying.
Hey, no, but in all seriousness, though, the Biden administration has been doing pretty good.
I don't have any alcohol in this cup.
No. Good evening, Amy. Weekend at Bernie's. Yeah, that's Biden. So check this out, though. So in all serious tip, he got elected. He told everybody, "You ain't black if you don't vote for me." He told the black folks, "You ain't black, you vote for me." And us black folks is feeling it. Not just black folks, everybody's feeling it at the gas pump. And they be like, "Well, the president ain't got nothing to do with that." If I could open up some more oil reserves, you've been feeling the grocery stores. Everybody been like feeling it. I mean, he's been giving all the money to what's that country? Ukraine.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna take it away.
So let's talk about like that, all that money real quick. 33 billion. You're asking for $33 billion. 33, not million, billion with a B for Biden, to go fund Ukraine through September. It is May.
Wait, through September.
Through September.
Are you sure about that? It's May, June, July, August. 4 months. You know what I can do with $33 billion? You know how many corners I open up? No, I'm just playing, y'all.
You know what we can do here in the US with $33 billion?
Seriously. Yeah.
Why do we have a shortage on everything? Why are gas prices so high?
And that's why it's full of shit. If you could give them $33 billion, you mean tell me if you got $33 billion out of nowhere to get to Ukraine, that you can't help your own people out in the USA with this food shortage that we so-called have, open up some oil reserve, gas prices, homeless people, homeless vets. You got crime against children that's being like kidnapped, that's being in sex trafficking. You mean to tell me you can't enforce that money to work that? That's how you know the United States of America is full of shit. This administration.
Correct.
And nobody cares. Nobody, I don't hear people talk about, nobody talks about kids. Nobody gives a damn about the kids. Like the stuff they teach in school, the education or lack of funds for education, especially in the inner cities and like low income areas. But you can get 33 billion. I understand there's a war going on. There's a reason for that. That's a whole different story. But we've been having issues for years and it's getting worse. So why get them? Okay, get them 10 and give us 23. Why you can't divide it up?
Right.
I'm selfish, but let's.
We need it here in the States. Like you're talking about children, okay? DCFS themselves can't even hold their job right. They can't even do their job right because they're all overloaded with so many kids coming in because these parents aren't stable enough, but then they still let these kids go back to the parents who are, drug users and can't hold a job and anything. And I understand. drugs and alcohol is an addiction. I get it. So is food. Food is an addiction too. You know, you pick and choose what you want to do to your body and to your life. And I've worked on the side with DCFS, not with them, but I was contracted with another company. So just seeing the stuff that I had to see was sad enough. So we don't even have enough money now to take care of our own kids here in the US. And I don't mind helping others, right? Like you said, give 10 billion to Ukraine. That's perfectly fine. But let's keep the rest here in house because we need to focus on our children, our people here, all the people that are in poverty but are trying to do something great with their life.
I think I got some numbers from a past show we did, and let me see if I can find it. Because I had like percentage of people here that's like living in poverty. I did because he gave 14 billion to Ukraine beforehand. So I'm gonna go with some numbers right quick because I got this from last. In 2020, we had 508,000 people, 466, and I know numbers high that is experiencing homelessness, experiencing. But we got 37.2 million people living in poverty. That's 3.3 more million than 2019. So that's 2020 numbers. I didn't get 2021. You got 6 million children living in poverty, increased by 1 million from 2019 to 2020. So, like, I don't know. Like, what else can you say about this? You got homeless people. Like, this is how it is. This is how people keep control. You got to have people relying on government, right? You got people have to be relying on like public assistance and stuff like that. Everybody can't have the golden spoon or whatever. But when you look at situations, the way the money flow like this, how it's going over there to Ukraine, you have to look and say like missing kids, and you do believe the child sex market. If you want to look at those numbers, like that is crazy how kids get kidnapped. And the thing is, what's crazy is that we will go on the internet or we will speak out in public. Won't nobody say shit about children who they're important. That's our future. Won't nobody say nothing in defense to our children, but we will try to like justify all the other bullshit they got going on and with the pandemic, whatever you want to call it. But we won't say nothing about the kids. That's been an issue for many, many years. And a lot of people have kids. They don't have kids. They have nieces, nephews, cousins, whatever. You have kids and you have weird people out here. So like it's like, why not fun at least to cut down on the kids that's caught up in sex trafficking? It's not even mentioning it. Actually, let me go talk about politics in general. Not even just him. I don't hear any politics ever mention it, but indirectly, I think that Donald Trump mentioned it a little bit towards the end. But I never really hear any politicians mention protecting our kids, protecting this. Everything's about money. Money is the root of all evil. So that's what's going on right now. And some people believe like because of the pandemic, we all wear masks. Nothing says the numbers are going down. Like we still have cases, right? But we can get rid of the masks. It's summertime. It's time to travel. It's time to make money. That's what it is. It's about money. That's what business is about. And some people honestly believe when I walk around the stores, they're wearing the mask or whatever. It's a psychological thing. Everything is psychological. That's how they fight the war. It's psychological. People be like laughing and shit. But this place is different. It's just different. That is what it is.
You have people who, and I never knock anybody who's gotten the vaccinations, who want to, wear a mask, whatever. It's your body. You do what you want to do, right?
My body, my choice.
Because you can't sit here and tell me I can't get any tattoos. It's my body. I'm going to do whatever I want to do, right? But at the same time, you're listening to the media tell you what to do. You're listening to the government tell you need to inject yourself with this to avoid getting sick.
Hold on. So you listen to the media, but the media is funded by who?
The government.
The domino effect. Not even the government.
Well, us.
No, not even us. Okay, I said his name again, and I'll say that. What's up, Peaches? What's going on? No, I say this. It's not government. Government takes some form and part in it. Be billionaires. So I looked up a few networks, and I can't remember, was it NBC and MSNBC, whatever. I looked them up, right? So you look up who fund. When you look up Google, you can't Google. You got to go to another search engine. So when you go to MSNBC, I think it is. I think I looked at that one. When you look up that, it's a company, a couple of people to fund them, right? So when you look at that company, you got to take those companies to fund them, go look at who funds them.
Yep.
When you follow a tree, you see names like Bill Gates, George Soros, and a few other billionaires that funds the media. So when you look at those names, right, Bill Gates, right, you got to follow this tree. So you look at Bill Gates, you look at George Soros, you got to see where their money go. Their money, Bill
There you
Gates
go.
and George
Bezos.
Soros.
Jeff Bezos.
Oh yeah, Jeff Bezos. Jeff Bezos is the other person I'm thinking of. Thanks, appreciate that, Lucas. When you look at where their money go, right? So the subsequently Gates and Soros money is going into test kits, right? They borrowed millions of dollars in like uh the test kits from overseas with that. That's what I read. I don't want them to like kind of censor me, but this is what I read. This is in the media, this is in the news. Y'all can look it up. They bought these test kits, right? From I think it was, I can't remember what country it was. I want to say Great Britain. I might be wrong. Gotta look at that. They bought all these test kits. And who purchased these test kits, right? Our president. He spent millions and millions of dollars. I can't remember the exact number. I had it written down somewhere. But they invested in it and got all these shares and whatever. And he went and he purchased all these test kits so Americans could test at home. So you'd be able to test for this and test for that. You know, that thing is going around. I don't even want to say the word because they might censor. So people look at that like that's normal, right? These billionaires go buy it, they get their money back because the money that we pay in taxes and the president is using is sitting over there and paying it for us. So we have to believe, like, oh, I could test, so I can test this, test that. And I'm not being reckless. It's just like you have to follow the evil. Read, I mean, people read the scripture, read the Bible, read everything. Like it's all a chain, just follow where the money goes.
And it's and you said it before too, it is psychological. Because if you think about it like this as well, the minute you find out that you're sick, what happens? Oh my God, I'm sick. I have to do this and I have to do that. And oh, my body aches, this, and that. Same thing happens. Hold on. Same thing happens to cancer patients. People who get diagnosed with cancer, if you do not have the right mindset and you sit here and say, I have cancer, I have stage, 2 breast cancer, whatever, your mind automatically is trained to think, okay, what's next? What's next? Instead of focusing on the positivity, you're focused on the negativity. And the minute you allow that negativity to overcome your mindset, that is it. You've accepted it and you're allowing it to consume your body and take over your body. A lot of, if you really think about it, because there's people who just fuck it, I give up.
Because people don't. If people go, the actions are out there. If you read this book, I got this book right here. Hold on a second. Let me grab this damn book. If people read this book, and I know a lot of people will not go read this damn book, and will not go read it.
Amy says I'm right. Women are always right.
No women always right, because the vice president damn sure ain't right. So let's stop right there.
She's not a woman. That's why.
No, woman. She's a woman. Let's not go there. We don't want to change the topic because you got a vice president as a woman now. She ain't right. She know how to do some things right. So this is it. The book I recommend people reading. This is a good book. It's kind of like boring, but like if you read this, you're like, damn, they put their plan in the book, and people ain't gonna read it. People are not gonna read this book. But let me tell you something. I haven't even finished. I got halfway through, well, quarter way through. But I was kind of disgusted though. I was on a plane. I remember last time I was reading. I started. I'm like, why is they talking about stuff like? It's crazy how they put all that in the book. But COVID-19, the Great Reset. If you get a chance, check this book out. Order it off Amazon. It's worth reading. I mean, you're gonna get Klaus Schwab. No, I ain't gonna say
that. Don't do it.
You can get Klaus Schwab, old ancient ass, some money, but it's a good read though. It's a good read. Read it. It gives a lot of information about it. These billionaires, just how they take over. It's crazy. It's crazy. But back to Biden, back to Harris. So during the election, Harris, she ran against Biden, right? Call him all type of races and stuff like that. I mean, they try to clean up. They can't find that in the media right now. The internet got a good way of erasing things. But she said,
amazing how that works.
Yeah. Now, all of a sudden, she's vice president. Do you know why she became vice president, or they chose her to be his running mate, or not, whatever you want to call it?
She worked her way to the top.
No, I'm going to be honest with you. I'm going to say some things, and I'm going to be blunt. Soros said, to take over America, you manipulate black people. And let's go back. Go back to Barack Obama. Barack Obama was put here, we all voted for him. We thought there was going to be a change, and we all was like, dope, Barack, yeah, Barack, yo. You know what I'm saying? But ain't too much happened. People made excuses. But when you think about history, you think about what's going on right now, and then you think about Harris, vice president, and then you look at her background, right? Harris kept a lot of black men locked up. For one black man in particular, read this if you don't believe me. He was in jail. I forgot what he's in jail for, but she withheld evidence that would have allowed him to leave prison early, but she withheld it until eventually she was forced to relinquish that evidence, and that gentleman wants to get out. And I'm not that Judge, my homie Judge, Judge Joe Brown.
Judge Joe Brown.
Judge Joe Brown, let my homie Judge Joe Brown. Look at this though. And if y'all got something to say about my homie Judge Joe Brown, holler at a player. You see him in the street.
Oh.
Let me get Judge Joe Brown in here.
It's got a interesting.
I'm scared to talk about Kamala Harris. I'll let you have that one.
She's a witch, and she.
I'm sorry, I pressed it on. Here you go.
She's a witch.
Is a corrupt witch. She's been corrupt her whole life, and she fucked her way to the top.
Oh, Lord.
They used to detail this witch in the LA Times with her sexual escapades. She fucked damn near everybody trying to get up. She used to be a frat hoe when she was at Howard. And she ain't black. You know,
I ain't got to do with this, Miss Harris.
I mean, well, don't, but she's
I don't know. I just listen.
Well, here's the thing. I actually met her father in Jamaica. I was the guest, sat at the Governor General's table, and he was a professor.
Okay.
And he represents as a Hindu Brahmin. He admittedly has some Irish in him. All right. The person that Kamala Harris is saying is her black great-grandmother is, in fact, according to Daddy, in an article he wrote, which has now been cleaned up on the online edition of that magazine, was a Hindu house servant, not a black woman. So her mother is listed on her birth certificate as Caucasian, even though she's dark. But she's a Hindu Brahmin Tamil caste. Now, interestingly, do you know what the anthropological name is for what Kamala Harris and her parents are?
No, sir.
Indo, I-N-D-O -Aryan. See, they are the original Aryans, but Adolf Hitler and his boys told a big lie. The blonde-haired, blue-eyed Aryans from the far north did not exist, never existed. They were the dark to swarthy to paper bag brown, dark-eyed, dark, coarse-haired Indo-Aryans from India. Those actually settled Germany, and some other people came in from the steppes that lightened everything up a bit. So that lie is being told. So you get the Aryan Brotherhood, the Aryan Nation. What's going on is the Aryans they claim to be one with look like Queen Harris. You know, I guess what she did is, LA Times ranked her out. I was out in LA, when she was really.
I haven't seen this article.
Before that, she got out and they ran a thing that when she went to law school, Willie Brown, that was his mistress. They used to have guards.
I heard about that, though.
Where they had one I loved. It was a scene, Willie Brown sitting behind a desk with his tongue hang out, and Camilla is raising up after doing him, And they ran this thing where he got her a job with a medical supply company that did business with the city of San Francisco. He got her a gig for 15 hours a week for $72,000 a year. And you have to understand that was 35 years ago. And then when they carried the thing where she moved up to 20 hours a week, she getting paid 120 grand for a part-time gig, and he bought her a 750i BMW.
Mm-hmm.
She was earning that. So then she had this thing where she was trying to get on with this big firm. They wouldn't hire, so she started screwing one of your buddies, an NBA player who was their biggest client. So she got hired. So then they ran a scandal sheet on her where she was trying to get on with the DA's office, so she started screwing the deputy chief DA to get on. So
what do you?
So the moral of the story is money and sex talk.
Hey, you know what? I wish I was a woman. So many things I would do.
I am not doing anything to move up, and no, and
I will slut my way up to the top.
Nope.
Do all kind of wicked shit.
Look, real talk. Back in 2009, when I was living up in Rockford, I was working for a call center, and I applied for like a trainer and supervisor position, and 3 times my application got denied, all 3 times. And I finally sat down with the manager who I had a great relationship with, and I said, why am I not getting interviews? Why is my application being denied? He's like, oh, I don't know. And I'm like, you do know. And I'll tell you why. And he goes, well, why is it? And I said, because I'm not out here fucking sucking, and I'm not here doing, smoking weed with whoever else. Exactly. Like, I'm not going to do that. I'm not going to do it.
Let me tell you something. You got to do what you got to do to do
Nope.
what you to get in, what you got to get in. If you do win that interview like this.
No.
Not like that.
You need to wax that.
Let me tell you something. That's just Joe Brown. Hey, he tells it like it is, man. And this stuff you can't make up. He has another one on Barack. He does, and he gives the background on Barack Obama's crazy. I won't play that. I got some other videos of Barack Obama that I just still on my phone. I actually played with somebody today. And
I need you to send those to me because I want to read or watch it. Not read it.
This is gonna be pretty interesting because they don't refer to him as like Obama. They refer to him as Barry. What's his real Barry? So I can't think of the name. It's on a video, and it's about a guy. And of course, this guy's not living, but he gives a live interview about some fun he had. Hey, but you know what? People ain't gonna believe. People will always say, "Oh, I don't believe this." I don't believe. Like people are just so like the word. This is what they got in this world, right? I'm gonna break this down. I was talking to somebody on Facebook earlier. Racism, right? This young lady. This is how the world is. This young lady, right? This professor called her the N-word. Call her nigga. Call her the N-word. She gets out and she stopped. No, she didn't call it. I think she used the word. Anywhere to go, this student got up and she started swinging and she started hitting this professor. Boom, she beat the fuck out of her, right? So really the response is people like, yeah, they deserve that. That's how we're going to win. And I responded to him like, look, that's not winning. You're losing. She's going to get charged with aggravated battery. She's going to get expelled from school. When she try to get a job later, she's going to have to explain why does she act the way she act. That's a word. It's wrong. But sometimes you get to win with this. You gotta win with
right. And 2 wrongs don't make a right.
But not and also in this world today, that's how they use the word. The word racism is a divide. And I tell them, we're not fighting racism today. This is not about race. We're not fighting it. The government is using to keep us divided, and we're doing what they want. The thing is, if you think about it, we all trying to succeed and live a good life.
Yep.
Why we focus on someone's skin color and the word black and white? So we have the word black and white. Black and white. So you're European. I'm African American. That's how I look at it. Black and white to me is like slave terms. Mm-hmm. It's slave terms, skin color. That's that slavery shit. Mm-hmm. So, when I went to I was in Mexico. I was married at the time, and they asked me, "What was I?" They thought I was Dominican. So the gentleman asked, "What are you?" I was like, "I'm black." He was like, looking weird. I'm like, my ex-wife, my wife at the time, she's gonna be like, they don't know what that means. I said, "What you don't? What? Like I'm black. That's why I'm black." She's like, "No, you're American." When you go down in these little countries, And it was like that in Mexico and the DR and Punta Cana. They don't know black and white. And actually, I met people from Venezuela when I was in Punta Cana, and I had the same conversation. They don't know black and white. You're American. So black and white is a term that's used mostly by people in America or people that have some knowledge of been living in America. That's the shit they use. But you go to other countries, they don't know you. Black man, black white this, white that, brown. None of that shit exists. Those are colors.
Yep.
Fucking colors. If you think about it, when you meet a Hispanic person and they like from Puerto Rico, you'll say black and white. You Puerto Rican. You from the native land. You identify from your native land. Puerto Rican, Mexican.
When you meet a Hispanic person, and this is the number one thing that pisses me off because I have Hispanic in my family. And I say Hispanic because I have Cubans, I have Colombians, I have Puerto Ricans, and I have Mexican in my family. I cannot stand when people sit there and say, oh, yeah, that Mexican over there. First of all, how do you know they're Mexican? Stop. They're Hispanic. There is a difference in that. Don't.
But hold on 1 second. You don't know. You don't know. You're right. You don't know. However, that's to me, that's not that Mexican. When you say that Mexican, it sounds offensive. But when you refer to Mexican, it's not a slang term as referring to anybody as black. Like that black man right there. I'm not fucking black. That's a Creole color.
Right.
I'm not black. I'd rather be if I was like Mexican, hey, it's that Mexican gentleman over there, the Mexican gentleman or whatever you're gonna say, or the African American man over there. Those are proper terms. Black, white. We sit and we have these slave terms, and we use these terms that continue to divide us in America. And we have this current president that says, "You ain't black if you don't vote for me." And what kissing a fucking ass he gave everybody right now, because his resume since he's been in office, like, what were your purpose for that comment?
He hasn't done anything yet. Hold on. Let me look at my little Palm Pilot here.
Well, it depends on who you are. If you like staying at home not working, because he supplied checks for days, and that's how he was able to get, like, he closed. The middle class got fucked hard. So while you kept big businesses open like Target, Walmart, who never closed, even some jewel stores never closed up here. Jewel's a chain. Probably people from out of Illinois don't know what Jewel's is, but the big chain stores, big ones, stayed open.
Mm-hmm.
Restaurants, especially those middle class restaurants, not McDonald's, middle class like diners and stuff were like forced to close. They were like struggling. A lot of people lost businesses. That's not a black and white thing. That's what people look at. Look at this. People suffer. It don't matter what color was your skin. If you own a dining restaurant and had to close down, you had to find some way to keep that restaurant open. Then those months you lost your business, you foreclosed, or whatever you did with that restaurant, that property. It's not that's not a race thing.
No.
That's how I'm getting fucked.
Right. Because that's even for the small businesses. You have your hairstylists, you have your barbers, you have your nail techs. I mean, you name it, all those small businesses, it's a wrap. And that's not a black and white thing either. Mm-hmm. So I can't stand, like, and people argue this all the time with me, and they're like, it is a race thing. But is it? It's because you're listening to the media. The media is portraying it as that, right or wrong.
What makes it a race thing?
What makes it a race thing? Why is there constant hate between? And again, I hate using it, the black and white. Why is that a constant thing?
Well, that's because they keep us divided. Imagine if we all came together, how would this country be? I'm gonna read this comment by Rufus. He says, "Black is a skin color, not ethnicity. Other groups refer to culture and ethnicity. I can't even say ethnicity. Western countries use it to divide people. You can't divide people calling people Americans because we're all Americans. So you use skin color, gender, religion, etc. to divide. As I've been saying, that's right. So, like, think about like black man. We take that, and I'm trying to slowly swear away from using black man, African American, because it's like I think those are slavery terms. And I go back, and I want to go back deep into this. I go back to the Willie Lynch letter. If you can read letters and start doing research, don't list, like, cut the media out. Do your own research. We all, look at things, how things are progressing. But people rather listen to people that brainwash you, like this president, and It's crazy. Hillary Clinton, who keeps hot sauce in the purse.
I love hot sauce and I don't even keep that shit in my purse. Like, get the hell out
But
of
she
here.
wasn't really elected. She was on
No,
the
I
breakfast club
know.
that shit. She's on breakfast club that shit. What'd you keep in your purse? And she applied to Louisiana hot sauce. Like, Hillary, get the fuck out of here.
Which is
Get out of-
stupid.
Get out of here. But
Even, you know, and going back to this really quick, going back to that comment is, you know, even with employers, you have the EEOC opportunity, right? And they even sit there and racially profile people off of their names. I've said this on previous shows that we've done. My last name is Davis. My first name is Ashley, and I get racially profiled by my name.
wow.
Because people automatically assume that I'm not white. And when they call my name, whether it's going to the doctor, whether it's going wherever, and they call my name and I stand up, they look at me funny. And I'm like, I'm sorry to disappoint you. Like, it is what it is. Why are you even setting yourself up to racially profile somebody by their name? Or even their voice when you're having a conversation over the phone with somebody and you sit there and think, okay, well, are they white? Are they black? Are they Hispanic? Why does that even matter? And then when you meet that person, and this happen, and I've heard this happen to people who go out and buy cars. They talk to, you know, a loan officer or whatever, and be like, hey, I'm interested in this, and this car, blah, blah, blah. And they talk great. And they walk in, they're like, oh, you're so-and-so, we talked? I didn't think you were, you know, X race. I thought you were, you know, I thought you were white. Because they talk proper, because they're well educated, because they have finances. Like, you're really racially profiling them because of their skin color.
But that's what they do. Like with jobs, if you think about it, job applications, you look at it, and man, let me tell you, stereotype is in America, and this is bad in America. I don't know when people. I guess when you travel, you see a big difference. It's different when you travel, depending on what country you go to. A lot of people don't like America, but a lot of people look at you like you're black, you're white, you're American. That's just it. And I think, like he said earlier, they divide you by race and gender. Now you got all this religion and everything. That's how you kind of like keep tabs on people. But I'm gonna bring up another fact that this administration did. I'm gonna go rewind to last year, August of 2021. Military equipment, 7 billion of military equipment was left in. I think it was more than that. I think it spent 18.6 billion in Afghanistan. But at least 7 billion of military equipment was left behind. Crazy, crazy, crazy. You just left that behind. It's been sloppy. The borders, well, that I think the borders after that when people just come over the border, and this is like during the pandemic, and you know all these people came over. I have a hard time believing that everybody was tested before they came over the border. This is my opinion, and that's why it's a lot of bullshit that people overlook. And I read comments on social media under articles, Facebook every day, and I read people what they believe, and I stopped watching news because a lot of people get bamboozled with news feed on in this administration, and it's really bad. Like I read an article about a mom. The grocery prices went up so high that she has to pick and choose how she's going to eat or what they're going to eat. It's just not as simple as it used to be no more. Prices and gas are up. You got to figure out if I'm going to drive to work or I'm going to feed my kids. And that's where we live, the time we live in right now. While people are fortunate and blessed by the Most High to be in a good position and not really giving a damn and thinking, like, this is how it is. This is no, it's not normal. When you don't know what you're going to eat at night, then people really start thinking like, oh, but we don't care because we won't come together in this world. We're too busy hating each other. We're too busy looking at white and black this and record the fucking fights and shit and not really investing in helping each other out.
The other sad thing about that too is going back to the food. You go to the doctor and they say, oh, you're overweight, you need to lose weight, you need to eat healthier. But it's so much more expensive to eat healthy if you want to get organic stuff, right? But then there's all these recalls on fruits and vegetables because of the damn pesticides that they're spraying or, you know, exposure to X, Y, and Z. And it just like, it's sickening. Absolutely sickening. I might as well just grow my own vegetable or my own vegetable garden in my backyard.
I'm gonna grow some, but it ain't gonna be vegetables.
But you can make, cake out of that too.
We making cake. What kind of cake you talking about? Because the cake I'm thinking has got
Yeah.
white.
Yeah. Brownies. Cake.
Oh, I'm thinking about.
You do a lemon cake.
I'm thinking about the other cake. Yeah, the other cake is more lethal. I ain't know what you're talking about. Let me get back to the thing, man.
We'll talk after the show, but yes, you can make your own cake.
We ain't talking about the show because I think people that's watching know what kind of cake I'm talking about with bricks. You know what I mean?
I know what kind of cake you're talking about.
No, seriousness. Go back to what you said, eat healthy, like Whole Foods, Trader Joe's. You got Whole Foods like closing down in the Chicago area, and it's almost insane. Like what did you do? What do you do, people? All the people that got answers, all the people that's like following the program and everything, you know what I'm saying? Following everything that happened in the last 2 years. Now it's just no consistency. Now, I don't even listen to the fucking doctor no more. What's his name? The Dr. Fauci. I just don't pay attention to him. He would say something one day, or the pandemic is gone, or it's stirring back up. Then you got Bill Gates saying, let's get ready for the next pandemic. Like, people are mind fucked. So people are like, oh, let me tell you something. Let me tell you what the fuck I'm going to do. First of all praise. Pray every day. Got God in your life. I recommend y'all get God in your life too, because you're going to need it, because that's what this country's turning to. So let me tell you a quick story. Let me tell you how fucked up we are, right? I takes off on Monday. Granted, I've been off work. I got a little time on my books, and I'm working light. So I take a time off, and they like, oh, you ain't got much time. Well, I had to take care of some business, with me. But my thing is this: I don't live for the future, save all my time so I can cash out and I retire. The way this world is going, I'm not going to see retirement. I'm blessed when I open my eyes every day. So I'm taking advantage of every moment I got on this earth. I don't have to deal with drama. Because when the shit pours, the shit is going to pour. Yep. It's slowly coming out. But people look at this shit pouring like, oh, this is normal. Oh, I gotta put in this mask. A mask don't mean shit. I'm gonna be blunt. Let me go back to the incident in Minneapolis. You remember that, right? The incident in Minneapolis, George Floyd?
Yeah.
So George Floyd, right? Black Lives Matter. Black Lives Matters, marching, right? Marching, whatever. Let's say marching. For now, I'm gonna use the word marching. They march, they get all these donations from Target, all these big organizations and shit like that. And these families that was affected in these law enforcement killings were not funded. But they march, these leaders got nice homes. Nobody says nothing about that. Nobody comes out and call these motherfucking ladies out. Nobody come and calls them out. Nobody says nothing. You want to talk about fucking police? The biggest robbery was by the Black Lives Matter. The biggest
because it was funded by white people.
Funded by George Soros, whom people, when I mention his name, they laugh. No, motherfucker, do your research. See what George Soros is. Go deep. Look at the documentary. I don't know if they took the documentary down. It's a documentary on Amazon. If you got Amazon Prime, I think it is.
Yeah, it'd be Amazon Prime.
Yeah, it's got a documentary. I told Donna about it. I think she watched it too. I watched it, ordered the documentary, and I watched it, and he's like banned from countries, labeled as a terrorist. But if you look him up, go deep. Look who he funds. Look who he got like relationships with. He's got land, just like Bill Gates in the United States. He's got land in South America, in which I don't know. I don't want the cartel to come get it. I'll put this information out. I don't want to say it, but he's got land in South America in which some organizations invest on that land. That's all I'm gonna say. That information can't be found. I ain't gonna tell you how I found that though. I can't, because I was missing some items on my phone. I started downloading stuff and everything, and some items disappeared.
All you have to sit there and say is do your own damn research. Google is not going to be your friend. You have to find
this research was specialty link for me. I don't know if I had it. Like I didn't use like a app or something like that. It was like something somebody did for me while I was able to get some information. And
you don't have to give out the information. Again, we've said it numerous times. You want to know the facts, do your research, and Google's not going to be your friend, period. Figure out what search engines you have to use to get this information.
This wasn't a search engine. I'm gonna leave it at that. I'm not gonna get. But are you right? Listen to her, little different search engine. But this information I got on that was like something else totally. I'm not gonna go into details about that. But
don't give up your source.
I'm not giving up my source. I can't give up that. That's like really like for real. I'm not saying that about that. People are like, where you get that from? What's your source? Drop your source. Nah, motherfucker. You go do your own research. But you have like to Black Lives Matter. They're funded by white people, right? George Soros funds district attorneys, right? So
Kim Fox.
I can Google right now. Kim Fox, I want to say funded. He funded at least $1 million, $2 million, whatever in her fund, whatever. But he also funded district attorneys, I think, in Philly, San Francisco, and LA, I want to say. And if you look at the crime in each of those cities,
they're high.
They're high. High crime rates, right? And then Cook County, there is like no, like people that get arrested, they're out the fucking next day. It's amazing how things work in Cook County. And when you go over to other counties in Illinois or even over in Indiana, it's way different.
Indiana don't play no games.
No, Indiana don't play no games. But over
you spit out the window, you get a ticket.
But George Soros, like the guy that believe in like a one world order. So that's his philosophy, one world order. If you make this world corrupt and damaging where police departments can't handle, you can come up with an excuse to like a one world order where you got like one police department for the whole world, which would be very bad. And I don't know, United States, it's gonna be years. I don't know if we'll be on Earth if it ever gets that. You know what I'm saying? We can fight that, but that's the aim. If he wants like to create havoc, and he funds Democratic parties in each city. He funded Harris, but she couldn't come out, you know what I'm saying, beat Biden out, so she didn't be his running mate. But she was funded, but by, and this is Judge O'Brien. I actually read this, and Judge O'Brien said this in an interview. She was funded by, I think it was third party. I think he funded a bank. I can't remember the name of the bank. You can actually look at, Google this, not Google, actually YouTube it. Judge O'Brien talks about Kamala Harris. She talks about her and how she was funded by George Soros. So his name is all over the place, you know what I'm saying? And obviously, according to him, Ms. Harris is all over the place. And gotta make it do what it do.
I mean, that's what we're doing right now, and dealing with these two jokers.
But you know, at least she knows what she's doing.
I really need some alcohol in this right now.
Yeah, I ain't gonna knock her doing what you're doing, you know what I'm saying? Because I was in Oval Office, I had position. I'd be like, hey, so the Friday saying on Friday, Miss Pearly, your son can't pay his rent. Now, how bad you really love your damn son? Not enough to pay his rent, Miss Pearly. That's on that couch. That's Harris on the couch. That's Miss Pearly.
Yep.
Friday.
Yep.
But in all seriousness, hey man, like people like look. I made a comment and I mentioned George Soros and everything, and this dude laughed. Like, I don't know, man. People are just fucking brainwashed. I'm gonna just call it what it is. And I can't stand a weak man. They're like, just 2022. And I'm taking this shot at that man. Most men are waking up. A lot of men are waking up. Men in general are waking up. And most men sit up here and just like defend the most dumbest shit. And if the most important thing in the world on this earth is not the kids, I don't know what it is. I don't know what it is. If it ain't the kids, then
I don't know what to tell you with that one. Because clearly our kids are not important to the government. I mean, even the governor of Illinois doesn't care about the kids. I mean, half the money from the lottery is supposed to go into the school systems. Why is it not going to the school systems? The school system has been failing our kids for however long, and it's getting worse and worse every year. And you're going to give me every BS excuse. It's the pandemic. It's COVID. It's this. It's that. And now everyone, is saying, well, I'm stressed out. We're all stressed out. We're all stressed out, but we have to realign our brains and everything like that. I mean, it's hard to get through everything. I mean, all praises to Donna for what she does, and I commend her 110% because I probably would have resigned years ago, especially with what's going on now.
That's challenging, and it's worse now. Worked in the school system with kids. Like, people don't talk about kids. People don't talk about kids, but they would talk about all this other bullshit about a fucking mask. Why they fucking sit our kids in school with masks on and teach them all this bullshit and just fuck their head up with all this nonsense that they should not learn about. People will not defend the kids though. People come on here and say shit about anything else, but they won't defend. They won't defend the kids. I don't understand it. I just
like
don't.
why is a 6-year-old looking at porn? Why does a 10-year-old have a gun? Why are 12-year-olds out here selling drugs or being the running man? It's so, and I understand. I try to sympathize and empathize with everybody, but at the same time, these are the damn children. These children should be going to school. These children should be getting an education, because these children are going to be taking care of us when we're older. And if they're doing dumb shit now, we're fucked when we're older.
I'm gonna get this current administration right now a D+, and that's why I get them a D+, because Camila could take the D.
Oh my god!
I'm joking, y'all. They just heard of this player. I joke so much, but
there's a little bit of truth to that, though.
Now look at my name. If you can see my name,
oh my god! Stop.
Listen, I'm trying to get in the White House too. I can take all this back. If you give me the White House, give me a little salary, I would try to switch it up.
Can you just run for president, and we'll, us as Life Grind will be your politic.
I don't know. I'd be probably a little crooked though. Don't get this on this part of the show. Be a president, I won't be crooked though. This is what I would do. First thing in order. You know what it is.
Be serious though. Don't be talking about no leggings and some sundress bullshit.
I don't talk about sundress. Why you even put that in there? I'm talking about leggings. But what do you mean talking about serious? This is all seriousness. First thing in order, we will withdraw people from Ukraine, Russia area. Women, get your leggings on. First order, president. Sign. Second order, president. I'll seriously like racism. I will actually, in all seriousness, I will make racism. I will make it a felony. To be racist will be a felony. Like, I would not accept any fucking racism. Any racism. I gotta read this.
Yo, that's like the best comment right there.
Daily president have an OnlyFans account for his boo. Hey, so hold on, because
who is this?
Racism. I don't know who said that. Okay, that was Ruckus.
I had a feeling. Oh, that's the best comment.
I'm gonna be serious though, but I was at. I seriously, like, let me tell you how money works. I was at work, and I was telling them how the power of money, right? The power of money. Let's say we had like $10 billion, right? And some of these suburbs around here don't really have that. They ain't got that type of income. If I wanted, like he just said, my boom room, but in all seriousness, I can go meet with a mayor at one of these towns. They tell me no, right? And I'd be like, I'm a billionaire, right? Here go $2 million. I'm gonna just fund the city $2 or $3 million. Add to your budget to get you in that black. Get you out the negative, out the red, get you in the black. Way ahead. And I want to put a strip club right here, and I want to put a liquor store across the street. And I want it to be like my liquor license. I want to go to like 1 o'clock, 2 o'clock in the morning. And it's like, no, it looks bad, right? But I'm gonna bring you money. I might bring you like a little crime. I'm gonna bring you money. But you're in the negative right now. With this money I give you, a little hush hush money, it's gonna put you in the black. Now you're $4 million ahead. You're in the black. Now I open up these business is more tax based. I'm paying my taxes too. So I got all this money and revenue coming in for this strip club, this liquor store, other business I make, right? So why am I allowed to do that? Because I'm paying money. So guess what? Next term, when the mayor's running, I'm gonna pay his whole goddamn campaign to make sure he's in the office, so I can slide him another $5 to $7 million, so we can stay in the black. You said it's work with money. You see how billionaires like
money talks.
talks
That's
exactly.
the thing. Money talks, and it goes for every politician. We can argue this, and I argue with this with people all the time because they're like, "No, that's not true." Really, it's not true.
Well, money is
Follow the money.
and
Follow the damn money.
you got money. You can manipulate whatever fucking city that you want. You can manipulate. You're a billionaire. You can manipulate whatever one city. If you want to open up whatever fucking business you want, you can manipulate it with money. You don't get like, think about it. A billionaire, somebody's worth 20 billion, $25 billion, 30, 50, whatever. $1 million is like what? Shit. For us, that's like $50, somebody like 50, $100, you know what I'm saying? To them, it's like $100. So it's like fuck nothing. It goes $10 million here. That's $10 million just because. And I'm going to pay my taxes on this property. I'm going to buy all this land. I'm going to build this whole up. I'm going to build a string of strip clubs. I'm going to turn it like a little Vegas strip. I'm going to have gambling and everything. I'm just buy. If you want to do that, you can create that. Now, people think of money, right? But gambling is an addiction. Prostitution comes with that. You see what I'm saying?
Drugs.
So drugs. The way you can manipulate a city system, if you have money, you can do it. Period. That's the way the world works.
Money is like almost like blackmail.
Yes.
Because so many politicians use that. I mean, this goes all the way back to Jeffrey Epstein.
Yes.
Think about it. You know, people are like, "Oh no, he didn't commit suicide." Really? Then what was he? What did he do? Someone killed him? Okay, fine. Someone killed him. Why?
Rich people get away with the most crime.
And which people get away with most crime? It's the politicians.
I'll dig more to the rich. Like you don't see too many rich million or billionaires, especially billionaires, getting locked up. They can pay their way out a lot of stuff because they manipulate systems. And like for example, I said again, George Soros. He's paying people. He's funding. He's not giving money to these district attorneys and funding campaigns for the hell of it.
Mm-hmm.
He doesn't believe there's a purpose behind it. He's not that generous to giving money all across the United States to these places. Come on, people, wake up. Like,
there's nothing free in this world. There's always a catch-22. If someone's trying to give you money, they want something in return.
I mean, check it out, right? You get those little ads like people like you won $1,000, $2,000 or whatever. They're about to rip you off. Nobody's gonna get enough for free,
right?
And, you know, so it's like this administration. I'm like, I never really paid attention to politics until honestly the past 2 years. I think the last year office for Trump because I was against. I didn't like Trump. I ain't gonna lie. I voted for Hillary Clinton because I was all stuck into like what the media was saying. When I actually started going into details and doing research myself, like, I didn't live bad when Trump was in office. Like when Trump was in office, like around this time, like 4 years ago, I was living good. Gas was like nothing to me. Like
gas was like under $2 a gallon. And then the minute Biden gets in, all of a sudden we're paying, you know, you see go to $2.50 and then $3. And then now we're paying just under $4. Like we're down here paying under $4.
We're paying like, I think the highest up here is like $4.50, $4.60. And I went to Indiana yesterday and paid $4.29. But with what is going on, I mean, people defend it. What's going on right now, people are taught that this is normal. You get used to paying these high gas prices. You get used to seeing the shelves on the thing, and people do nothing. So that's that psychological thing. But what we need to do,
Kelly, damn,
gas prices $5.75 to $6.39 a gallon. That's insane. I'm gonna post that up. That $5.75, $6.39 a gallon. That's crazy. If you want to know what is happening and what is going on to happen in the future, just study the fall of Roman Empire. Somebody told me that, and I was going to get to that next. I haven't did that yet. The problems that destroyed that empire are the same problems you see now. We're in an economic collapse phase leading to a society collapse. The U.S. is modeled after the U.S. is modeled after the Roman Empire,
Right.
and that's why I say right now, I'm living life. I'm enjoying life as much as I can. But eventually, what we're going to have to do, I got a brother. I used to do from a Hebrew perspective show with one of my brothers, good friend of mine. He got land, and I'm not gonna say we got land, but he bought acres that they're building on 50 acres. At some point, people got to get together. I know it might be hard. We got to start buying up land because Bill Baker's buying now. Like seriously, people are like, what are we gonna do with the land? What the fuck you think you're gonna do with the land? Buy it, get with some people you're cool with, buy a few acres, buy 5 acres, buy 10 acres. What you can do with this land, you can build, sell, keep a house or something on the acres. But you got to build. Like I'm into like communities. I'm not going to go into details of what he's doing because I don't want to. I want to bring that up because he doing stuff that's like this different and it's actually pretty dope. And what we need to do is like buy land to build on it. And people like how. The thing is, you gotta go on stretches, right? So you gotta in this world, like you and I, we didn't come from families that has like $1 million, right? So we gotta take gambles like right now, what we doing right now with Life Grind and everything, which shout out 1 year anniversary Life Grind.
Hey.
Anniversary show is tomorrow. Talk how it happened, how everybody got aboard. Shout out 1 year anniversary. So Life Grind, let's say we everything blow up with this, whatever. And we got plans, I gotta tell you about to get together and start doing some things where we can buy land and like start building. And then when these times come, you gotta be prepared. Like, think about this. This gets deep now. We get deep. Like people don't understand, they don't think this day come, they think this shit is fake. So this goes back to relationships, right? We got the woman, right? We talk about how feminine the man is. And women, these times are coming. You gotta get you a man to protect you or be around a man to protect you. I don't no man is dressed in a fucking skirt. Russell Westbrook. They ain't gonna do a goddamn thing. Like you need a man that's on his shit and in every way. So times are getting worse. You see what the administration is doing right now. This ain't a game. People seem to think that this life is normal, and it's gonna get more fucked up, and psychologically, people will think this is normal. This is how it should be, and the real facts is, it's not. But what's happening now? People think it's normal. I go through. I'm on Facebook because Life Grind. I go through and read people comments, and I'm like seeing like what people think or how they think, and people are just like brainwashed.
They are, and we have to pay attention to the history, right? I feel like we are reliving everything we went through back in 2008 when the market crashed in 2008, housing market crashed in 2008. What is everybody doing right now in 2022? They are selling their houses. People are buying houses. People are investing in these houses, flipping them and reselling them. But there's an inflation on everything. What happened back in 2008? Like, let's go back to that time.
Yeah, this is a repeat.
Right.
2008.
13, 14 years ago? Again, why are we repeating this?
Well, that's one way to keep this country in control or whatever. But I'll tell you right now, this administration has been sloppy. So at some point, man, this is what I hope. I hope that people, no matter what color is your skin, I hope that we can come together and work together because that's the only way this shit is gonna work.
The only reason why it's sloppy is because she likes to be sloppy.
Hey, ain't nothing wrong with. So you gonna make me you gonna make me go there. I'm about to say something positive, but you got me thinking about sloppy hair. You know, I'm thinking like
I'm the bad influence. I really am. I told you that before we started the show. I'm a bad influence. I'm sorry.
She is kind of. You know what? I can get her and Sarah Palin together. That's one.
Jesus, say what you're gonna say. Be like,
you did this. I was trying to be serious. I'm talking about the things. You made me go talk about that. So I don't even know what I was saying. I forgot though, but I'm coming up with that one.
Because your mind went from 0 to 100 real quick.
Oh, really? With the help of who?
You.
That's bullshit. You started it, you know it, and I had to add to it.
You started it with Joe Brown, actually.
Well, yeah, Joe Brown did start it. Y'all go back and get that clip with Joe Brown. But once you get this administration, though, seriously, in all seriousness, what grade you giving them?
An F.
In all honesty,
I'll give it like I'll give them honestly. I mean, there's a lot of things that they can still do. I'll give them anywhere between like a C and a D. Like I'm not thoroughly impressed. There's so much work that needs to be done. You're using the money wrong.
I give them an F. And I get them an F because nobody gives a shit about our kids. Nobody's caring. They're not putting no effort to protect our kids. So you get a straight fucking F from me. I have kids. If something happened to my kids, everybody going down. I don't give a damn who. I'm going to turn to the fucking book of Eli. So you let anything happen to my kids or anybody close to me that have kids, it is going down. So
I don't have kids. I'm the same way. I don't have kids. And it's funny because like my cousin would always be like, can I trust you with my kids? I will treat your kids like my kids. Someone looks at your child wrong. Someone touches your child. That is it. I'm going to jail. You better have your bail money.
But that's a problem. Hey, if y'all get a chance out there, y'all go look at the stats about kids getting kidnapped and kids involved in sex trafficking.
It's sad.
So,
it's sad.
It's crazy. Check it out when y'all get a chance to. I can't tell this joke. It's not for this. I'm gonna have to wait another show to do it. It ain't even a joke. I read something somebody put today, and
just say it.
No, because so this I can't mention it though. I only want to mention it. They cut me off. I'm gonna tell you after we got the camera off though, because it's a little bit out of control. But
okay.
Hey, tomorrow, y'all tune in 9 p.m. Central. We have the 1 year anniversary show to let y'all know how Life Grind started, how it went down, everything. 1 year anniversary show. It's gonna be like a party. I might be a little.
Make sure you have. Oh, I need to go get me some wine. We're gonna have to toast to this.
It's gonna be good. It's gonna be wild, but it's gonna be good though. The 1 year anniversary show. Now I will be drinking, but I will have to limit myself. The wine therapy we just did, I had to delete the show.
Did you have the black cherry?
Yes, I went and got that. I fucking finished the whole bottle almost. She had like one drink and I kept pouring.
It's like juice.
It's like juice. And you drink it like it's juice. So I'm just drinking it, right? I got this wine, like this black cherry wine. I'm just drinking it down. She's like, this is your second cup. So during the show, it hit me. And I just started talking all types of shit during the show. So I'm like, wow. I told her the next morning, I'm like, Donna, I am about to delete that. And she had to see this face emoji, like, yeah, I understand, but don't do it. I'm like, it was funny, but we kept getting in there was freezing. So I kind of made people not want to watch it. If you watch it and it freeze, yes, Amy, I deleted the show. It kept freezing, frozen like 4 or 5 times. But after a while, my eyes got heavy and I had to sit and drink water. I finished that bottle. First of all, I'm blaming you because you told me about the black cherry. You told me about that wine. And when you have it, it was like juice. And she had ice, crushed ice. I poured the wine. I'm just like, you sip it, it's like, you just take it.
It's so good. And so here for like all my Hennessy people, like if you like Hennessy, it's too strong for me, but mix that with Hennessy.
Yeah, see, oh my God, Hennessy is so nice.
Hennessy and the black cherry Stella Rosa, even proportion, ooh, so good. Or even put a shot in it. Stay home and drink that though. Don't go out and drink that.
That's crazy. I'm up here thinking like, wow, Hennessy.
It's good stuff.
All right, I gotta stop back because all right. So tune in tomorrow night. I'm up here thinking. I'm like, should I buy some? I'm not gonna do that tomorrow. If I buy Hennessy and I buy that wine tomorrow, it's gonna be.
You're gonna be drunk.
It's gonna be.
Don't do it. Do it on your day off. But yes, tune in. Have a drink with us. It's gonna be lit.
Yes, it's gonna be lit tomorrow. Tune in tomorrow night, 9 p.m. Central Time, 7 Pacific, 10 Eastern Time. It's gonna be lit. Life Grind 1 year anniversary, y'all. This is what we do, and we going upward from here, y'all. Good night, y'all. Peace.